So here we're finding the initial amount in a word problem on continuous compound interest. So the first thing we need to know is they told us in both the topic as well as in the question that we are going to be using continuous compound interest. So we need to know the continuous compound interest formula, which is P of t equals P times e to the RT power. P of t in its entirety is the end amount that we're going to get. The P by itself is the original amount. E is just a button on your calculator. R is the interest rate written as a decimal, and T is your time. So as we read our question, Mr. and Mrs. Gonzalez hope to send their son to college in 14 years. So 14 years, that's a time. How much money should they invest now at an interest rate of 9.5% per year? So that's your rate. Now, I don't put percent signs in my calculator. I have to rewrite this as the decimal. Per year, compounding continuously in order to be able to contribute $8,500 to his education. So they want $8,500 at the end. So that's not just P, that's P of the T. So P after time, they're going to have $8,500. So P of T is your $8,500. Regular P, they didn't tell us how much they're putting in initially. That's what they're trying to figure out. E again is a number on your calculator. R is 0.095. And T is 14. Okay. So I'm going to avoid doing as much math as possible until the very end. Story of our lives, right? Let's avoid the math until we have to get it done. Our goal in this problem is to find the original amount that they should put in. How much should they invest? That's going to be P. So our goal is to get P alone. So I want to know what's with the P. I have e to the exponent with the P. What is it doing? Is it adding? Is it subtracting? Is it multiplying? Is it dividing? That is multiplying. P times e to the RT. So we are going to divide by everything that we want to get rid of in order to leave P alone. So I'm going to divide by e to the 0.095 times 14. So those reduce away. What I do to one side, I also do to the other. And that's going to leave me with P all by itself. It's the only thing left over. Equals 8,500 divided by e to the 0.095 times 14 power. Be very careful when you put this in your calculator. Make sure you watch those parentheses. Make sure that 14 is part of that exponent. At 2,248. 0.06. Okay. So $2,200, $2,250 basically. They wanted it rounded to the nearest cent, so we're going to leave a 0.06 would be the amount to invest today. Okay. So first thing, you have to have that formula memorized. If this formula isn't memorized, you're not going to be able to do this question. Second, make sure you read the question very carefully. Make sure you know if you have P or if you have P of T, because that's going to completely change the problem if you put it in the wrong place. Third, make sure you remember what your goal is. It's very easy here to get lost with the P and the E. Your goal was to get the amount to invest now. So that's the regular P. I want to get P all alone. Everything else was times the p, so to get rid of that, I'm going to divide. And lastly, let your calculator do the work. Don't try to keep track of decimals. That's too much chaos. Don't write a decimal down until the very end. Don't retype a decimal into your calculator. Do it all at once or in as few steps as you possibly can.